Oh man, it is great to be back for another WFA season calling this game tonight, Colin.
Yes, it is.
Um, I know we've been talking about being excited for this matchup, the Detroit Fury versus the Des Moines Corn Kings here at wonderful Detroit's home stadium here. That doesn't really have a name. So
Wayne County.
Wayne County Stadium, aka Verner's Ginger Ale Field. If you haven't listened to the podcast, you'll get that joke. Make sure you check it out. But tonight we have a pretty solid matchup. Both teams coming off of solid wins last week. Uh, let's see what happens here. What people or what these teams can do in their second outing. Um,
Yeah, you're right. Looking at the WFA community, who you got, it looks like the Corn Kings are heavily favored, I will say. I know you're on that side, but I think I'm pulling for the Fury on this one. If you'll notice on the graphic today that we've got the San Diego Analytics team numbers with the spread and the over-under. I'm taking the Fury on plus 5.5.
Yeah, I know we talked about that on Sunday when we were recording, and I'm sticking by my choice. I think the Corn Kings are going to show up here again, playing away, so they don't have the dog crowd. But that's all right. You know, hopefully there's some dog brew in the stands here in Detroit.
Yeah, that dog pound is brutal in Des Moines.
That's right. All right, so Detroit getting started off with the ball here, right around their 23 yard line.
And we've got Travis Matthews leading this Detroit Fury. He is their gold tier quarterback. Looked good against Chicago last week.
That's right. So look for number 12 to be leading the charge here. Coming up under center. First act of the game is going to be a run, and that is number 26, Jack Micro. Their silver running back. Looks like just a gain of 3 here.
Yeah, not a lot there.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a loss of 3. We're going backwards here, folks. We're going backwards.
Not a lot there. Good stop by Des Moines. Really liking the Des Moines uniforms here. Looks like some kettle-cooked popcorn covered in butter.
Hey, I would expect nothing less. Detroit Fury also, you know, with the awesome, you know, I don't know what color blue that is. Oh my gosh! Oh, I thought that he was going to go on there. That's a good makeup run there for a additional 10 yards by Micro once again. So that's going to set up a third and very manageable, Colin. Let's see if they can get the first third down conversion of the game.
Yep, really good. Probably would have had that first down if he didn't do that stutter step there at the end, but still, fantastic run.
Again, they go with the run and not quite enough. Got about a yard there on the carry. Looks like it's 4th and 2, and I'm assuming that Detroit is going to go ahead and punt the ball here, and their punter is Raydell Sidney, if I pronounced that correctly.
Probably better than I would.
Well, let's see what he can do here on his first punt of the game. Right around their 15-yard line. So this hopefully is a booming kick to get the Corn Kings back in some decent position in their own end of the field. Not a bad punt, but got the return back to the 36. So Des Moines set up here with some really good field position for their first possession of the game.
Yeah, let me highlight their quarterback coming onto the field, leading this Des Moines Corn Kings, Harold Mortiz, 6'5", 245, silver-tiered quarterback.
He's a big man. Should easily see over that defensive or that offensive line there.
Yeah, Des Moines Kings coming off of a huge win against San Diego last week.
Did you just call them the Des Moines Kings?
I think I did.
Is that a hybrid? Oh, that's
is that okay, Zach? Can we call you the Des Moines Kings?
The Des Moines Kings. Just when you get drunk or lazy. Wow, so Mortiz
and I'm almost both right now.
Yeah, well, Mortiz gets sacked for a hefty loss there. Not the best way to start out, but I trust the Corn Kings are going to turn it around here in this next couple of plays. Oh, and that is going to be a almost lateral pass for another loss here. Moving backwards, that is just not the way you want to go if you're trying to get points on the board, Colin.
No, definitely not looking good. Not looking good like these corn nuts, the unofficial sponsor of the team since Iowa. Since he's in Iowa and he loves corn. Go corn nuts.
Go corn nuts. And we got some forward progress, but it's just not going to be enough. That's setting up 4th and 14. So we are going to see the Corn Kings punter, Oscar Nemian, out here to see if he can pin the Fury deep for their second possession. But so far, Detroit's defense, the Moines defense have shown up. This may be a low-scoring game, might be a pretty defensive battle. So, if judging by the first possession for each team,
yeah, that under's looking pretty good. Fumble!
Oh my gosh, fumble back into their own end zone. Can he get the ball off? And he does. That is amazing concentration by the punter. Going to be great positioning for the Fury at the 39-yard line of the game.
Wow, yeah, I don't know. That looked like that was a high snap. Doesn't look like it was in his reach.
Yeah, there's nothing he could have done about it. The best thing, he did the best he could with what he was given to him. And, that's, again, just not the best way to start out the game here. Let's hope the Corn Kings defense can show up again here on this second possession for Detroit.
Oh my. Good field position for Detroit. Yeah. You should get some points out of this one.
Let's hope so. Another 10 yards or so, they'll be in field goal range. And they're going to stick to the ground game with Micro again for about a yard or so. But let's see if they break one open here, or maybe they'll switch to the pass and catch them off guard.
2nd and 9 from the away team, 38-yard.
And I think, if the Fury is going to want to get the game going, they're going to need to see some help out of their offensive line, which really isn't super impressive right now. They have one Copper at tackle and one Copper at guard.
Oh, and that was almost going the other way for 6. Wow, they got
that
lucky
was a
there,
close
Detroit.
one.
That pass outside of Molino, that could have been terrible. Oh, and who is that for Des Moines? Is that 55, 56 for Des Moines? Looks like number 56.
I think that was
Bernd Kunligas. Oh, well.
These are tough names.
Yeah.
That's Mongolian, probably.
I think it's Mongolian. Or is that 55 there? Either way, 55 is Cordell Okafor. So either way, great play. Almost going the other way for 6. Detroit got very lucky. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and 10. And again,
it was caught.
It was caught, and it might be enough for the field goal team here to get it through the uprights. Let's see what they can do if they decide to kick. I'm not really sure with Detroit's kicker here, Eric Oliver, who is a generic
concentration. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No. You're
great concentration by wide receiver J.J. Bryant, catching that batted down pass.
So they're going to try here for about a 42, 45-yard field goal here. And it's up. And Oliver's field goal is no good.
That hurts.
Oh, man. I just don't know what these teams are going to do to get some points on the board. It looks like it was a great snap, great hold. It just did not get through the end zone. Or
Alex
the uprights, rather. If
you're listening, spend some of that 10 million cap space you have on a kicker.
All right, so that means that we are going to have the Moines taking over now with good field position for them. So let's see what they can do if they can actually make their way into the red zone here. And they're staying on the ground this time around for about a yard or 2. Not much so far on this second drive.
No, not much from Joel Woods there.
Joel Woods the third.
Again in the heavyset formation. Are they going to try to run it again?
I'd say it's probably a good bet since passing wasn't really working for him last time around. Look at the run game is being stopped here. Man, Detroit's defense, they just have this game figured out from the beginning so far. Let's see if it stands up or if they get tired after such aggressive play here in the first 2 drives. All right, we got 3 receivers up top here. Oh, right across the middle, wide open is number 85, Wesley Walker, who is their silver wide receiver, just about 6 foot, 179. Small guy, but he really squeezed into that spot there and got a pretty clean pass.
Yep, that was a great third down conversion. Let's highlight this wide receiver core. We also have Eagle Mondavia. Dava?
Eagle Mondavi.
Thank you.
You're
Mondavi.
welcome.
Raheem James. Jay Kumar.
Oh, interception.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. He is going, and oh, wow. I think it was one of the offensive linemen there. It got him. And that is number 28 for the Detroit Fury. And Dion Ramsey, silver corner, making a heads-up play there, just reaching out before the ball could get to the receiver. Amazing run back as well. If it weren't for that lineman who just happened to have a burst of speed there, take him down, it would have been to the house for 6.
Yep, he looked like he was heading on the highway like DoorDash, the official delivery partner of the team that I used to do it when I lived in Des Moines, says Zach. Zach used to run for DoorDash.
That's good to know. Now you learn a little bit about it. Oh, wow. And that was a wonderful pass to the outside right on the line. And that was brought down by number 24 for the Fury. Wide receiver J.J. Bryant. Just nice to see a wide receiver with that number. Wow. And there's a challenge flag on the field for Des Moines.
Zach is not happy about that.
No, and I think that might be a good call. I think he got 1 foot out on that one. But let's see what R62 has to say about it. It looks like he may not have gotten both feet in bounds, but that's just kind of the bang play of it all there. One, and yeah, I'd say this one's coming back. It was a great play, a really good pass. Just couldn't get both feet in.
After review, the pass has been ruled incomplete. The catch was
yes, and it is going back.
The visiting team.
So let's see what they can do here.
Second down.
That's a shame. You know, obviously he didn't. It's the right call, but that could have been really.
It's early.
Big play for Detroit.
It's early to throw that red flag out, but
it was a good call. At least it's only 2nd and 10. It was not, you know, a 3rd and long situation or anything like that would cause them to have to turn the ball over. So let's see what Detroit can do here. 2nd and 10. Over the top. Oh, and that just hit the linebacker right in the shoulder. That's going to bring up 3rd and long. Let's see what Detroit has in their playbook to make this happen and get a first down conversion.
Yeah, it looks like that quarterback just trying to throw it to William Thompson there at linebacker.
Yeah, if you didn't know any better, that's exactly what it seemed like.
Trips right.
All right, trips right. It's still an option to run, but I don't think we're going to go down 3rd and 10. At least I hope not. Rolls out. And that's caught by J.J. Bryant again, but it is not enough. Let's see if they just have to bring the field goal unit out here to try for 3 again after that last attempt.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Lost his footing.
Yeah,
couldn't keep it moving upfield. That one hurts.
It does, but let's see if they get some points on the board here. It looks like they do have Eric Oliver out again to try to kick a field goal here. And this is going to be a little bit closer than last time, about 6 yards closer. Let's see if they can get this to the uprights. He's a lefty. I have to respect that I'm a lefty as well when I kick. And
I knew there was something weird about it.
I know, besides my lazy eye. Oh, and it's up. And this time it is good. We have the first points of the game, 3-0 Detroit Fury. Let's see if Des Moines can answer this on their next possession.
How you feeling about that spread, Ryan?
Hey, so far so good, man. There's a lot of games to be played. I'm not stressing.
There is. But this will separate.
If this were like, you know, a couple minutes left in the 4th quarter, we could talk about that.
Okay. We'll see.
But I think, yeah, I think we need to wait another hour or so till we have the conversation. All right, and Detroit is kicking off Des Moines. Let's see what they can do here on the run back. This is the first time of the game they're actually going to have that opportunity. And, oh, wow, he is stood up, number 84, and that is syntax error. I love that name. Got it back to the 28, so a little bit better than taking a knee. I mean, he got 3 extra yards there, so that's not bad. Well, let's see. Let's see if Des Moines can get things together here, and Ortiz can lead them down to 6 points on the board instead of just a field goal.
Oh
my
never seen
God.
that play in the playbook.
It
I
looks
do
like
not
he
like
punched
that
him
one.
in the head with both hands. Oof. Joel Woods, they're not set up for success there. That was a
Javon
hefty loss.
Payne.
And
Yeah,
he brought the pain.
he brought the pain.
Man, let's say he clapped his ears. That was brutal. He should probably be checked for a concussion. But let's see. 2nd and 15 here on the 3rd drive for Des Moines. They're gonna run it again. Man, it's good that they have some backup running back. Well, they have a backup running back because this guy he might be out in the stretcher soon enough. Detroit is hitting hard.
Yeah.
Detroit is hitting hard. And right now there's just no guesswork here. They know they're going to run the ball. It's been done, except for 1 or 2 plays so far. Now empty set, so let's hope that they don't try to QB sneak and
Let's
run
hope
it.
Harold's not going to try to take this one on the ground.
Beautiful pass.
Keep it in.
That's not going to be enough. It's out.
Wow.
He did not get
down.
both feet in. 4th and 13. I don't know if that's worth the challenge. I couldn't see there's the opposite side of the field there, but that was rough. They are going to throw the challenge flag. 2nd challenge for Des Moines. Sending R62 under the hood again. Let's see if this one also gets overturned.
Wow.
God. Oh, it looks like he drove that toe in.
Yeah, that's close.
Just
After
props.
review, the pass has been ruled complete.
Let's see.
The
Oh
catch
my
was made prior
goodness,
to
that
going out
again
of
is
bounds.
overturned.
The visiting
That
team
is going to
forgot to
be
charge
close
with
to a
timeout.
1st down.
Fourth
Well, that's
down.
what those flags are for.
can't
And
see-
Zach's used both of them.
Was that enough for a 1st down? Oh my gosh. 4th and 1.
That looks like a
Two
bad
here on
spot.
4th and 1. Shout out to Logan for designing both teams' uniforms here. Amazing job. Both the colors and the logos. Sorry, not
Logos.
uniforms. Logos. It's been a long day. Des Moines elects to punt here, and Detroit is going to get the ball back around their own 27-yard line. Let's see if they can continue to put points on the board here, Colin, and really get a hefty lead going into the 2nd quarter.
Yep, let's see what they can do. I think they looked good on the last drive. I really don't think anybody's really marching the ball downfield. Detroit's been lucky with a couple of good starting field positions, but they need to make something happen.
Wow, Jake's looking for his dad apparently. He thinks 3 different people are, so hopefully someone steps up and actually claims him.
Yeah, be a man.
Yeah, come on now. Pay child support for the kid. That is going to get right around back to the line of scrimmage here. 2nd and 10 for Detroit.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line.
All right. Another run play for Detroit here. Loss of 2, setting up a 3rd and very long. 3rd and 12.
Neither team is running effectively.
No, I think if anything's going to win this game so far, unless something drastically changes, it's going to be a pass game change here. Whoever can get that pass game going, at least to get some play action opportunities. But so far, the run game is not threatening to anyone. So empty set here. All right, and that's just a 5-yard gain. Not going to be enough. 4th and 8. Detroit taking it back to Des Moines.
Demetrius Gorge with that. George, not Gorge. George with that catch.
Fury has selected to punt. Number 84. Deep to receive.
All right, and we once again have Raydell Sidney back to punt for Detroit. Oh, and that is almost blocked, but he somehow gets it away at the last second. And we are going to have no gain here on the reception. At least he held onto the ball. Syntax error for Des Moines. And they're going to have the ball around their own 35. Let's see if they can get some momentum and actually get some points on the board here before we get into the second quarter, or at the very least before we get into the half. I still have faith in the Corn Kings, Colin.
I'm surprised by this low score in the first quarter.
Yeah, so far it's a defensive battle, getting a couple of yards here, and I believe, yeah, that's their fullback, Conco Booter. Nice name. Yeah, looks like he gets 4 yards. At least it's some positive yardage on the ground. But let's see what they can continue to do here. All right, so they're back to pass. Mortiz.
I don't know what that
scrambles. Gets about a yard or two here. 34. Okay. At least it was not. At least it wasn't a sack for a loss. Let's keep some positive yardage here. 3rd and manageable for Des Moines. Let's see if they can get a first down conversion. I know they have one so far the game in this game, and that is going to be 2, and he is going to the 21 of Detroit. Eagle Mondavi with the catch on pretty much right on that sideline.
Yeah, that was awesome. That should put some energy into this Corn Kings offense, kind of like the Bang energy drinks, the one that
Bang energy drinks.
Zach's wife's sister drinks.
Wow, yeah, and I can attest they are tasty and they are low calories, no sugar. Oh, they get you where you're going though.
Yeah. Hey Joel, I see you working with that that over/under sign. When I made that, it looks best when it goes from one end of the neon blue to the other end of the neon blue. Yep.
Oh man. Okay, so we got another 4-yard run here, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Detroit Fury 3, Des Moines Corn Kings nothing.
Wow, did not expect this.
Absolutely not. I thought this was going to be more of a kind of a shootout here on offense.
Same.
But the defenses really have shown up, kept this a low-scoring game. Let's see if anything changes here in the second quarter.
That's how you get the run game going.
That is a heck of a run by Joel Woods III, and well into first down territory and into the red zone.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Somebody needed to pick it up on the run game, and Des Moines is taking their first hand at that. That was a fantastic run, great spin. Nothing to complain about there.
Yeah, Detroit's defense, luckily enough, they were able to catch up with them and keep them from getting into the end zone for 6. But let's see. It's only a matter of time. I feel they're getting some momentum here after that long pass play to Eagle Mondavi. All right, Mortiz wide open.
Absolutely wide.
Is 83 Eagle Mondavi once again. He may wind up being the player of the game. He keeps playing like this. 6'3" Des Moines.
There it is, flexing on him.
He is flexing on him hardcore, and he has every right to. Let's see if Des Moines kicker Nick Frazier
looks like they caught that safety, or not? No, they caught that cornerback creeping up on the out route.
Yeah, he's definitely was reading something different there. It wasn't there. So let's see if Nick Frazier here can get it through the uprights for an additional point. Make it 7-3.
Nick Frazier just progressed this past season.
That's correct.
So looking at this roster, is he now a bronze or is he a silver?
The extra point is good.
He's a silver. Yep.
Okay, Joel confirms he is a silver.
He is a silver, and that is a good free kick for an additional point. 7-3 Des Moines as they line up to kick it back to Detroit. Let's see if Detroit can once again answer.
The away team are kicking off. George back for the return.
All right, and Detroit has received the ball. They decided to bring it out here very close to the end zone there.
Yep.
And that is going to be, is it number 15? for the Fury, and that is Demetrius George with the return back to the Detroit 20. Let's see what Travis Matthews and his team can do now.
Yeah, you know, I think they got to stick to the air game right here. You got to get some points on the board. You're not running the ball well.
Yeah, a lot of time left in the second quarter, but you definitely don't want to go into the locker room being down if you can help it. Oh, and that was batted down once again by number 55 for Des Moines, and that is going to be Cordell Okafor.
Yeah, this Des Moines Corn Kings linebacker group is really doing a fantastic job with these short passes.
Yeah, they're really getting their hands up, just batting the ball down. Nothing that you need to worry about. You know, don't try to be a hero and taking it for a pick six. Just get the ball out of the receiver's hands. That's all.
Yeah, it's not their job. It's not their job.
No, that's all you got to do. Just keep it out of the receiver's hands, and they've done a great job at linebacker so far tonight. All right, 2nd and 10 for Detroit. Looks like they are setting up an I formation here. Let's see what they decide to do. And it is going to be a run for... Oh, he got hit really hard once again. And that is Jack Micro for a gain of about 2 yards. 3rd and 8.
Micro hit with a macro stick.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That was not a micro hit by any means. All right. Empty backfield for Matthews over the middle, and that is just not going to be enough. 4th and 4 at the Detroit 26. I think it's safe to say we are going to have Eric Oliver coming back out. Or I'm sorry, Radell Sidney coming back out to punt the ball.
Yep, you don't really have many options.
Not this deep in their own territory, unfortunately. But let's see, Des Moines keep their momentum going. The defense definitely helped their end of the bargain. Let's see if the offense can return the favor. Oh, and he almost gets stood up. Maybe a gain of 2 yards there, though, for syntax error. Yeah, great job not going down from the beginning and just getting a few extra. That might make all the difference when it comes time to kick a field goal or for a long pass play, something like that. But
1st and 10.
We'll see what
from GOTW 37-yard.
Corn Kings coming out in the heavy set formation. Looks like they're going to run.
Yeah, I think they're just the name of the game right now is they're trying to burn some clock. But let's see if they can get some more points at the same time.
Yeah, if you can gain 4 yards like that on a carry, you might as well stick to it.
Not bad at all. You know, 2 running backs on the roster, a really decent fullback from what we saw at the last drive. Yeah, I think they can really ground and pound if they get their line going. But they just have to open up some gaps for them. It just looks like Detroit's bringing the whole house. And they do, and Mortiz goes down for a loss. 3rd and long. 3rd and 12 here.
First sack. Benjamin Nelson. He came from Montreal.
Oh, well, why didn't Montreal keep him?
Good question. Good question.
All right, empty backfield. I don't think that's a surprise here from Ortiz. Let's see if he can air it out for 12. He decides to run it, tries to spin, just not enough, but 9 yards from the quarterback. Props to him for making the effort. Not going to be enough, and we are going to see the punter come back out in the field here. Oscar Nimian for Des Moines going to kick it back to Detroit. This has been such a back and forth game. It's almost like watching a ping pong match.
Yeah, not the exciting ones either.
No, there's no alcohol involved in these. Oh, and it looks like Logan's going to start his own league. Wow.
I didn't think he had time for something like that.
Yeah, I think he's busy right now. I'm surprised he's able to join us. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad he's here. But he's just very busy. All right, so Detroit has the ball at their own 22-yard line once again as Demetrius George with the return.
1st and 10 from your Fury 22-yard line.
We got to see something from the Fury here.
Yeah, let's hope so going into the end of this half. But that is not going to do it. That's a loss of a yard there on the carry. Jack Micro just getting annihilated. Both running backs, both starting running backs for the teams have just been getting hit.
I want to mention in the chat here that Zach misses Smith, and I'm slightly offended by that statement. Team 20 is much better because of us.
I mean, if one game says it all, that's true. Man, J.J. Bryant just got his head knocked off just about there. 3rd and 11 with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Detroit is still trailing by 4. Let's see if they can get this conversion here.
3rd and 11.
What's happening on the line here? That guy better back up.
That is a awesome empty backfield formation. Everything is going on here. It looks like ants on a log. And what can Matthews do? And oh my gosh.
Whoa.
It's like 2 or 3 spin moves, lowers his shoulder, knocks over his own guy on the sideline. J.J. Bryant with the first down reception and run here. That is a hell of a stiff arm, spin, second spin, lowers the shoulder and again, knocks down his linebacker number 52 on the sideline.
Absolutely. I mean, that just looked like, you know, like one of our unofficial sponsors, DoorDash, racing to your house to deliver your freshly cooked pork chops.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who they hit or run over along the way. They're going to get you your food before it gets cold. Man. And they're going to go 2-0, and that is Jack Micro once again for a good gain of 6. But, man, J.J. Bryant, I'd go back to him sooner rather than later. He looks like he's a man who is determined to get into that end zone. Let's see if
this is the run game we need to see from the Fury, so I'm glad to see him having some production.
Yeah, they're really starting to be, you know, a multifaceted offense here, getting some, you know, threats on the ground, threats in the air. That's going to keep that defense guessing. It's going to really tire them out as they keep moving down the field here. And once again, Jack Micro covering up the ball and almost getting to the first down marker there. 3rd and 1. Let's see if they decide to air it out here or if they decide to stay on the ground.
Yeah, I think that delayed handoff was a smart move. Looks like it caught the defense off guard.
It
but
did.
if
It
you're
makes
the
people
Corn
commit
Kings
early.
defense, what are you expecting here on 3rd and 1?
I'd say it's probably a safe bet they're going to try to rush it up the middle. It looks like the Corn Kings might agree here. Let's see if they decide to jam that middle and keep Jack Micro from getting in for another yard. Oh,
that's close.
It's close, and they held him 4th and inches according to R62 here. That is as close as you're going to get. Well played by the Corn Kings defense if they're able to hold him here and get the punter on the field.
I agree with Dave Barr in the chat here. I think they should
go for it. And it looks like they are. They're lining up Travis Matthews in under center. Let's see if they draw him off or if they're actually going to go ahead and try to pound it in for the first down. And they do. And Jack Micro easily gets around the outside for the first.
Well done, Detroit.
Well done, Detroit. Great play calling. Good, good grit there to go for that on 4th and inches here as the second quarter winds down. That could be a play that decides the game early on like this. Especially if they get points on the board because of it. And again, they stick to the ground game. Another 2 yards. I feel like, Colin, it's only going to be a matter of time until they decide to air it out. But let's see what the offensive coordinator has in store here.
Yeah, we haven't really seen them go deep a lot. We see them with a lot of short passes that the linebacker core is doing a good job defending. I like to see them go deep here.
Like I said, watch out for number 24, J.J. Bryant. You know, he is their gold wide receiver, and he really is playing like it right now. And that was a dangerous pass across the middle into 2 Des Moines defenders, like nobody else around. But luckily for Detroit, that did not go the other way.
3rd and 8 from the away team, 44 yards.
Everybody in the chat is talking about how deep I'd go. I've got 2 girls to prove it.
Yeah, but you don't have to be deep. You just kind of have to get it in there. Sorry. Anyway, oh my gosh. Travis Matthews goes down right at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 9, and they are not in field goal range, Colin.
No, they're not. This is unfortunate. You can't go for it on 4th and 9. You got to try to do a coffin kick.
Number 84 is deep to
Yeah,
receive.
I just... All right, let's see what their punter has in him here. It looks like so far, and that might pin them deep, and they stop it
On
at
the
the
3.
3-yard line.
Okay, we've got something exciting here.
Oh, and could we see 2 points on the board? Could this be a safety?
We've had
Let's
one
see.
safety this season already.
We have.
Dave Barr remembers that one.
So deep, Dave Barr. I just, I hope not here. I hope not for Des Moines. But let's see what Detroit's defense can do here. Love you too, Dave. All right, so they got about 3 on that run. Let's see if they can keep it going here for positive yardage. I wouldn't be surprised Des Moines maybe tries to air it out over the top, get some bigger yardage plays as we get closer to the end of the half.
Yeah, I think at this point it's safe to go ahead and try to pass it.
Well, they stick to the ground game here with Joel Woods and another yard or so, but that's just not going to cut it. They need to really start getting some chunk yardage here. Let's see if Detroit's defense can hold them to a punt before we get into the half. As you know, we know. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a loss of 1. 4th and 7. It's obvious that Des Moines is going to need a punt from their own end zone here. But luckily, they will get the ball back at the start of the second half. So
that was a tough 3 and out by Detroit. They have tons of time to get some points on the board. They're going to be in decent field position with 3 timeouts.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was not the best punt from Des Moines. They're at the Des Moines 30-yard line. They're already in field goal range, Colin.
Yeah, they are. Just run the ball. Get 3 points.
They have 1 play before the 2-minute warning here since the clock has stopped. And let's see. I mean, they have all their timeouts, so that they could easily get 7 on the board here. Yeah. So let's see. Luckily, there's a lot of game to be played, and this would only put the Fury up by a field goal. So, oh my goodness, and that looks like Matthews is down for a
that's the
loss of
one thing
6.
you didn't want.
No, luckily, I think they're still in field goal range, but just barely. But wow, that is the last thing you'd want to see. He should have hopefully been able to get rid of that quicker. At the very least, try to hit someone in the helmet, the back, something. The feet. I mean, that's going to bring up the 2-minute warning here. Oh, man. I was very confident in Detroit getting into the end zone before the end of the half. Now, after that play, I hope that they can just stay alive and get a field goal.
Yeah, that was tough. That's not what they needed.
And once again,
get rid of the ball.
Des Moines with the pressure, and that was almost picked off. There was 4 or 5 Corn Kings around that ball. Man, bringing the pressure on defense. Props to Des Moines for not giving up, even though they had a rough outing that last possession.
3rd and 15.
This is an important play for Detroit.
This is going to define. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was
Des
the same
Moines.
play. Yeah.
Matthews gets sacked by number 92, Jonas Pride. Wow.
That was awful news for the Fury. Great news for the Corn Kings.
That's everything the Corn Kings wanted. Took them out of field goal range. Now let's just see. There's time on the clock. They could get, maybe another 3 on the board if they are lucky. But at the very least, they're not giving the Fury 3 or 7. So, wow.
That's unbelievable.
That's the best thing that defensive coordinator could have asked of his team. And we have another punt back to Des Moines. And it looks like it might bounce. It does into the end zone. That is going to set Des Moines up at their own 20-yard line. But it was close. The Fury, their punter there, he's earning his paycheck. That's for sure. Just couldn't.
It's not a hefty paycheck, I'll tell you that.
No,
they don't spend a lot of money on him.
No, but you know what? You can feed your family when you go to the dollar store.
You can feed your family on $150,000 a year.
I don't know about that. That's rough. Living in poverty. All right, so let's see here. Can Des Moines answer and at least maybe get something aboard here with 1:06 left? Strong presence in the pocket for Mortiz. Wow. Joel Woods the third. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 85. That is Wesley Walker with the presence over the center. I actually thought that was the running back coming up the middle there.
I thought that was picked off by Detroit right there.
That's amazing. There was 3 guys around. It's amazing that he just managed to thread that through.
They've got something going here. See if they can keep the ball rolling.
If 1 or 2 more plays like that, and for sure they're in field goal range. Wow. Great pass by Mortiz to Walker. Let's see if he can do it again. 59 seconds on the clock. Mortiz hangs in the pocket. That is going to be to number 11, Raheem James, with the reception at the 41 of Detroit.
Harold Mortiz is just taking 1 step back and looking. That was a bigger step back.
That offensive line is really earning their pay. And there we go. That's Joel Woods the third with a couple of spin moves. 2nd and 2, 34 seconds and counting.
Somebody needs to tell these coaches that they have 3 timeouts left.
I know. That's for sure. They can easily get a field goal. Oh, and that's going to be another hurry-up pass. 85, Wesley Walker again. Now they call a timeout with 24 seconds left on the clock. 1st and 10 at the Detroit 24 for the Corn Kings.
In correction, I said they had 3. They only had 2. So that leaves them with 1 more.
1st and 10. Ball at 23-yard.
Well, they could save that one and at least get a timeout for a field goal if they absolutely have to. They're already in range. Let's hope to see some out routes here, stop the clock, and get closer to the end zone. Mortiz with the really solid presence, and that was almost picked off by Detroit. Lucky it wasn't, but again, we stopped the clock with 20 seconds left, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the only thing you can't afford right now is an interception. So you're right. Throw those out routes, throw it towards the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, even if Mortiz gets sacked, as long as he doesn't drop back too far, still in field goal range, still have that timeout to stop the clock if you need to. But obviously, you never want your quarterback to get sacked. Mortiz, strong presence in the pocket, and it's intercepted by Detroit at the 5-yard line. And he's still going. Oh my gosh, that was a heck of a play by the deep back there. I didn't catch. Is that? I couldn't catch what number it was. 20. Was it number 23? 29, 28.
Al Benoit.
Benoit. I don't know if it's like the wrestler.
Benoit?
It's French.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's their strong safety with that pick and saving grace play there.
Dar said he was going to get 3 interceptions tonight.
Well, that's one. That's amazing. All right, let's see if Matthews can maybe get a field goal. We have 5 seconds on the clock, so I don't know about that. I think the best bet is to go into the half as it stands with 7-3. But Fury do have 3 timeouts, but 5 seconds on the clock at the Des Moines 47. Maybe a good deep pass here, quick timeout, and maybe a field goal with 1 second left. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just going to go deep. We've seen this work before, though.
Oh, the West Virginia Mountaineers did it. Okay, and they slid and took a timeout.
Wow.
So maybe one more Hail Mary to the end zone. for Detroit before we head into the locker room.
Honestly, a smart play by Travis Matthews. Didn't see what he liked. Decided to slide with 1 second left and go for it one more time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault that play by any means. But let's see if there's anything that they can do here with a second on the clock. Maybe they can catch Des Moines' defense off guard and get it in the end zone. We'll see.
Let her rip.
Fake, and he lets it rip for sure, and that is batted down. That's going to end the first half. Des Moines leads this game 7-3 here in Detroit. Let's go in and see who we have with leading in their respective positions so far in this game.
Yeah, this game has been low scoring for sure. That over-under is looking pretty good for those who bet on the under this week. Corn Kings leading by 4 going into the half. Let's see what these stats look like. Never mind. That was weird. I'm gonna crack another beer. Looks like we don't want to see what those stats look like. Give the Corn Kings the ball. We don't need a break. We don't need any motivational speeches. We just need to get out there and play football.
Oh, and we are already kicking off for the third quarter. I guess they feel things just don't need to change. All right, syntax error return here for Des Moines to their 25-yard line. Let's see.
We are good, Joel. Keep us rolling.
No highlights, no halftime. That's right, Logan. That's what the WFA is all about. Let's watch this game. We want to watch it, but we get over with.
I didn't need a piss break. I was covering for Ryan anyways.
Language.
Sorry,
Jake. Children are watching. All right, so let's see. Des Moines 2nd and 14 here at their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, let's see if there's two different teams that come out to play, because this doesn't look anything like week 1 for either of these teams.
Oh my gosh, the team is sacked for 7. A loss of 7. 3rd and 21. At this rate, he may actually wind up being in the end zone for a safety.
Nicholas Perry with the pressure.
There's no way he was getting past that mountain of a man.
Wow.
Whew. All right.
Way to start the second half, Fury. Way to get the pressure.
This is a defensive battle. You know, I think it's exciting to watch. I like watching defensive battles as much as I like watching shootouts. I think they're equally as exciting because you never know who's going to wind up on their ass in the back. In the backfield. And again,
oh my!
Luckily, the ball wound up leaving his hand before he got hit by Fowler there.
That was close.
And it looks like 4th and 21. Obviously, Des Moines is going to be coming on to punt here. Detroit coming out with the Fury, as their nickname suggests. Just really hitting Des Moines.
Yeah, if you're Des Moines at this point, you just got to shake that off and try to forget about it. Try again on the next drive.
Let's see what kind of punt we have here, and that's probably as good as you're going to do from your own end zone. And what a stop! Caught him up right at the Des Moines 49. So a gain of 1 or 2 yards there, not much considering.
No, not a lot. They need a couple first downs in order to get some points on the board.
All right, let's see what Matthews can do here for Detroit. Obviously, they still trail by 4, but the defense is really keeping them in this game. And they start off on the ground. That's going to be a loss of 1 here for Detroit. Looks like they handed it to Jack Micro once again, but they just cannot get a consistent ground game going here.
2nd and 11 from the away team, 49-yard line.
2nd and 11. Matthews under center, hands off again to Jack Micro, and they push him back for another yard loss here. 3rd and 12. Detroit may need to try to get this ball in the air, as they have a gold wide receiver in J.J. Bryant, a silver wide receiver in Chandler. Chandler blocks him. Actually, I'm sorry, he is a gold as well. And a silver wide receiver in Coulter Hands. They have a great receiving core. They really need to start airing it out and let them bring the ball in.
My gosh, that was in and out of the hands.
Well, and as soon as I said it, they tried it and it didn't work. So I stand corrected right now.
Wow. And I'm going to tell you, Ryan, that's one trade that I regret. That is the one trade that I regret from last season. I traded both Chandler Bloxham and Coulter Hands to Alex Dar before I knew there was progression. And both of those wide receivers progressed.
Yeah, Colin, in hindsight, I guess as you learn more about the league, maybe that wasn't the best trade, but at the same time, if you're not going to pass the ball to them, it really doesn't matter.
And at the same time, if they're not going to catch it, what's the point?
Oh, wow. And they really kept the Corn Kings here from any type of return. And that's going to be number 84. Once again, syntax error with the reception there. That's going to set Des Moines up with their own 13.
Yeah, so Des Moines is going to try to shake off that last drive. I think they're going to come out passing this time. Well, this heavy set formation may make me a liar.
Oh, yeah. No, and it's a play action pass here. Goes outside to Joel Woods III for a gain of 3. Any yardage is good yardage as long as it's not going backwards, but they're going to need to do a little more than that to get some safety points on the board to make sure the Fury can't come back as we get later into this game.
Yeah, there was a little bit of stats there since we didn't get to catch them at halftime. Des Moines is throwing 153 yards with 2 interceptions, and the Fury has 50 yards passing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stand corrected earlier when I said that interception happened. I thought it was the first one. It was actually the second. Okay, Dart, said he was going to have 3 interceptions, and he's already 2/3 of the way there. So
yeah, he's on pace.
Props to Alex. He knows his team. All right, so Detroit is hopefully going to stop him here. 3rd and 6 for Des Moines, deep into their own end of the field. But let's see if they can convert here. The empty back set. Wow, that was a great pass. Just awesome coverage by Detroit to get that ball down. Benoit, 29 with the stop.
We got 2 29s on the team.
We do. Well, that's an oversight by the owner, isn't it?
Dion Ramsey. Okay, I see that.
All right, so we have Oscar Nimian back to punt again for Des Moines, close to his own end zone. Let's see what he can do here. That is a booming kick, as good as you're going to get from your own end zone. And once again, they stop him close to where he received the ball at their own 27. Detroit takes over here. 1st and 10. 7.5 left in the 3rd quarter.
Ryan, Detroit has been given good field position after good field position. It's about time that they start doing something with that.
I know it. It's just every time they get good field position, Des Moines defense is just there to hit them in the jaw. It's just props. To like I said earlier, it's a defensive battle, and great job to the defensive coordinators and the players on both sides of the field here to keep this as low scoring of a game as it is.
Yeah, it really is impressive. This is low scoring. That was a good first down by Detroit there.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Maybe they can get something going here. Try to go to the air a little bit more as we get tighter on time. So, but yeah, I just think, like we talked about, Detroit's receiving core here is phenomenal. They need to start airing it out more and really relying on those guys, especially as the run game just doesn't seem to be working for them. And maybe this is the time. But wow, that Corn Kings defense, there was no room for that ball to get through to J.J. Bryant there for the reception.
Yeah, you're right. Not only do they have a decent wide receiver squad, but if you've got a gold quarterback and you're not throwing the ball, you're doing something wrong with the playbook. You got to go for
Absolutely.
Second and 10.
it. Yeah,
They have.
You got to use them. That's too much cap space to waste to not throw the ball more often.
You're not kidding. 31 million. That's that goes a long way. But they're set up to be a passing team. I'd like to see them do it more, but now they are going to run here for a hefty game. 3rd and 3.
That was a good run.
Yeah, that was a really good run.
55.
It's just amazing they still can get those holes for Jack Micro to be able to get in and get some major yardage without really having a consistent passing presence.
3rd and 3 from the away team.
And that's really what this Fury team needs to do. They need to pass the ball more so that their running game can kind of break through and have some more of those bigger plays catching the Moines off guard.
Right. They need to keep them on their toes, and right now they can really predict things just like that play right there. He shut Jack Micro down for a loss of 3. That more than likely, it might bring out, it's going to bring out the punting team for Detroit, Raydell Sidney. It's just outside of field goal range for him.
Get a kicker, Dar. Get a kicker.
That loss, that's tackle for a loss might have put them just out of range. That is, and that's going to go back in the end zone for a touchback. So Des Moines is going to get the ball on their own 20. Yep. Let's see. Can they answer it here? I think we may see Detroit pass more if Des Moines can go up by more than just one possession. But let's see what they can do here.
From the away team, 20-yard.
Pretty decent starting position.
Mm-hmm. They're coming out, guns a-blazing.
Yeah. All right, Des Moines with the empty backfield here, automatically going to the air, and that is wide open for number 83, Eagle Mondavi. I should know that by now. 90 yards, touchdown. I don't know why I did not know that name.
That caught the Fury off guard. They were running trips right, and the Fury had one corner up front and one safety in the back. There was one
that was just
uncovered. Yeah.
Perfect ball placement right in his hands between two defenders. Great pass by Harold Mortiz. We do have the run option in the backfield. It looks like he's going to split out, and they're going across, and they are getting more and more aggressive here. He is gone, and that is a touchdown. Number 85, Wesley Walker with 6.
That was a great play and great yards after catch by Wesley Walker. The defensive back tried to catch him, tried to trip him up right here.
And it was close.
See that?
He shook that, though, and he was gone. Man.
Good play, Corn Kings.
That is what the Corn Kings need, as we said a few seconds ago.
Frazier is back for the point after.
Wow. All right, so let's see if they can finish it off here, get the extra point. Nick Frazier, the silver kicker for the Corn Kings. And that is easily good. 14-3 Des Moines with 5:08 left in the third quarter. Let's see. The Fury have really been chipping away slowly. Let's see if they can have a big break here as we get into their second possession of the second half. Third possession of the second half?
I'm not sure. I haven't been counting that one, but I know that drive right there takes me out of the spread for the Fury.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say it's because it's not over yet, but we'll just wait till the end.
Gonna need to see something.
Great return to the 26-yard line. And that looks like it's number 15 for Detroit. And that is going to be Demetrius George. So not a bad return to start off this possession for Detroit. Let's see if they can go to the air a little bit more and maybe get some points on the board here before it gets too late into the second half.
Yeah, you're down by 11 points. You got to start throwing it more. No, not taking anything from Jack Micro, but you have such a powerful
There.
quarterback. Yep, and a
That's
powerful
a great
receiver,
pass.
too. That's what you
JJ
need to
Bryant.
do.
Thrown to 7
Matthew,
times, 5 receptions.
That's what you need to be doing.
Right. And that he's 5 for 7 right now. That is really great. Obviously, he has the hands. That was a beautiful pass between 2 or 3 defensive backs. That props to Matthews for getting that ball in there. Well, hopefully that gives them the confidence to keep going here. They are lined up in the I formation. See if they decide to go to the air here or they're going to go to the ground.
What's
and
happening?
That is just not what you want to see after such a positive game that last play. Loss of 8 on that tackle by Woolsey Jr.
That
Man,
was, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what he was thinking running backwards, that he was going to get away and go somewhere else.
it just was not the play call that they needed in that moment after coming off of that big play by JJ Bryant. Now here we go with the empty backfield. They're going to go back to the air and make it very, very obvious about it. Oh, and that was almost picked off by Des Moines. They really need to have some play action here or something like that, because I think the Corn Kings are obviously going to look to them to run because they've done it probably about 66% of the time, something like that. At least have the play action, then go deep. You know, you have your receivers like we talked about 10 times already tonight for Detroit. But 3rd and 18, this is going to be a miracle if they can convert here, especially in their own side of the field, their own 37.
Roll out to the left side. I don't know how he got that off, and I don't know how he caught that ball.
Chandler blocks him. That is why he is
acrobatic catch.
Gold wide receiver. That's everything they could have wanted.
And that was the acrobatic catch animation that we saw right there. I'm looking at it right now.
Wow.
He's got it, and that's why you give him that animation.
Wait, whoa, they say he didn't call it. This is 4th and 18, and they brought the punter out into the field.
Where's Alex Dar? Where's that red flag?
I don't know. It looked for sure like he laid out and caught that ball. I didn't see it bounce away. Maybe it was just the game. I don't know. That ball is back to Des Moines. There is no more challenge available.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, no.
Wow. Well, okay. So we stand correct.
I was mistaken. I'm sorry.
We assumed that was caught. That was a great layout. I thought he had that in his hands. But your eyes can deceive you, Colin, I guess, you know.
Yes, they can. That's why I hate magicians.
I know. I also don't trust them. They tend not to shower or use deodorant. Wow. Okay. So okay. All right. Not a bad start for the Corn Kings. Joel was the 3rd with a gain of 7 there on the run. 2nd and 3, setting them up for a good next 2 possessions at most.
Des Moines doing exactly what they need to be doing right now. If they can run the ball effectively and run the clock out in the second half, that's what they need to do.
Right. And they also have the option to go to the air. I mean, I think Detroit's prepared, or they're nervous, I guess I should say, about that threat after that last drive. So let's see what they can do here. Clock is running. About 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and very manageable for Des Moines. And he's throwing it out wide. Spin move. Just not enough. 3-yard gain. Setting up 4th and 1. I think it's safe to say the Corn Kings are going to punt here, Colin.
Yep, that was a good open field tackle. He could have easily made it through there, but that linebacker and defensive back locked him down, kept him short of the first down.
They pinched in at the right time.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what the Corn Kings can do here if they can really get a booming kick. And that looks great. Getting back to about the 25-yard line of Detroit. Take it back to the 31. So Detroit not with not bad field position, but let's just hope they can move it more than they did last time around. Props to their defense really being in good physical condition to keep them in this ball game as close as they are. Otherwise, this would really be a blowout.
1st and 10 from York Fury, 31 yard line.
All right, I formation. Let's see if Travis Matthews has some juice left in that arm to get the ball off. And, well, once again, they're going to hand off, and he breaks free. Oh, my God.
There it is.
Gone. That is why they kept running the ball, I guess, Colin. And
Wow.
that is going to be a touchdown.
Never would I have thought
Micro
would have
for
resulted
about
in
65 yards or so.
Gee whiz.
Unbelievable, Detroit Fury. Well done. 14-9. Wow.
Big run by Mr. Micro right there. Great block. Fantastic block. Let us not forget to mention Leroy Molyneux with that awesome block.
With that block. That fullback really earning his paycheck. Wow. Wow.
And that's why we mention Molyneux for Jake.
Wait, what? Jake wasn't even paying attention. All right, so we have the kicker for Detroit, Eric Oliver, back for the extra point attempt. It's up, and it's good. We have a close ball game, 14-10.
Wow. I'm impressed. That was awesome. Very good, very good. It's a ball game, Ryan.
Oh, it's definitely a ball game now, Colin. That is everything the Fury needed going into the end of the third quarter here. It's anybody's game now. Let's see if Detroit's defense can continue to really keep the Corn Kings contained here. Other than one or two really good pass plays, it's been a defensive struggle. So syntax error with the return to the Des Moines 30. Not a bad starting position for them. Let's see what they can do here on this possession. They need to put some more points on the board, at least a field goal to get it to be a touchdown difference. But let's
yeah, I think at this point, if you're the Corn Kings, your goal is really just to get some yards and then try to pin them deep at least.
Oh, and that's not a bad run to start out. Number 36, fullback, Conco Booter. We called his name earlier. 7-yard run.
Oh, Booter.
Second and 3 from
and you know what? He really just buried himself through that defensive line. Also, like the Corn Kings sponsor, Wilbur Burial Vaults for all your burial needs. Also used to work there, aka a grave digger. So props to Zach for really, putting in the muscle to dig those graves.
What has he not done? DoorDash?
I mean, so far, murder. He hasn't done murder.
I mean, he is a grave digger.
He was a grave digger, so I just don't tell me if you have. I don't want to be an accessory. That's where we draw the line for our commentary purposes and WFA purposes. All right, so they tried to run, and that's no gain. 2nd and 10 for Des Moines. Talk about getting buried, Colin.
Oh, Zach can do it. That's for sure. He's proven that.
Yeah, stay away from Zach.
Dave Barr says, gold digger. I don't think Zach's been one of those.
No, if anything, judging by Liam Hammer's profile picture, maybe he's trying to be one. And that's an amazing pass by Harold Mortiz to number 85, Wesley Walker. Once again, he was almost gone, Logan. You're not wrong. Down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, but look at this catch up by the defensive back. That saved 6 points right there.
For sure.
Good
That's commitment by Deion Ramsey. Gold defensive back, he's definitely showing why he has such a high standing. Let's see here if Mortiz can continue to keep the game moving forward here. Another good run here for about 2-3 yards. 2nd and goal. So I think it's safe to say they should at least get 3 points on the board here, Colin, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Not that we haven't seen some crazy stuff happen, keeping people out of field goal range this game. But
right, no, 3 points on the board would make this game really interesting. put it within 7 points. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just a touchdown and a field goal. One thing I will say going into the fourth quarter here, Corn Kings should be nervous considering Travis Matthews from Detroit has fourth quarter comeback. We've seen how that plays out with the quarterback that we have for Napoli. That's a real thing. This game is going to go either way.
It really, it really is a real thing, and it definitely makes a difference in the fourth quarter. That's no joke. But let's see if Detroit can hold Des Moines here to 3 points. Again, it's still a field goal lead, or it's still a touchdown lead at that point. But the Fury, if they come back out like they did last possession, they can easily get 7 on the board. But that is going to really change things. That is Wesley Walker with the touchdown for Des Moines.
Yeah, that makes it that much harder. Detroit really needed to keep them to 3. That's a 2-possession game now.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily we do have a decent amount of time left in this game, but still, that puts more pressure on both sides of the ball here for Detroit. Wow, 10:30 left in the fourth quarter, and we have Des Moines out for the extra point attempt. Usually it's pretty much a chip shot, but we'll see. Crazy things have happened. All right, and it is up. And it is good. 21-10.
Detroit could have almost blocked that, but they just stopped. They just stood.
It was a great start, a confusing end to that play. Des Moines leads by 11. 10:30 left, as I said just a second ago in the fourth quarter. Detroit, let's see what you can do here with the ball. It's hard to say because after that last possession, there's no telling what Detroit can do. As we've said, Colin, especially if they go to the air. And it looks like they're able to get the ball back to their own 25. That is going to be returned by Demetrius George. And that's not terrible starting position for them. Let's see if they can get 7 on the board here because they're getting to the point where they're going to need that.
Yeah, you're right. The Fury has proven the last drive that they can move the ball. We just need to see which Fury's coming out this drive.
And so far, not great. Loss of 1 here with the run attempt. Jack Michael just could not break through Chipper and the rest of that line for the Des Moines defense.
2nd and 10 from your Fury, 24-yard.
All right, let's see if Matthews can do a little bit here on 2nd and 11. Back to pass, and he is sacked at the 20-yard line. Wow, 3rd and 15, 3rd and pretty long here.
Big sack right
Derek
there.
Chipper,
Chipper
once again calling his name 2 plays in a row with almost unblocked for the hit here on Matthews. Unreal. Detroit, your offensive line is going to need to show up a little bit more than that, especially at this point in the game.
What offensive line?
Well, after that play, I question it as well, but you got to protect your gold quarterback here. And Matthews again, it goes down for a loss of 7.
Oh my gosh.
That is going to be number 70 for the Corn Kings. Shelby Woosley Jr. with the sack.
Your Fury have selected to punt.
All right, so we see Detroit's punter, Radley Sidney, back once again in his own end zone to kick this ball back to Des Moines. Man, if Des Moines scores here, Colin, should I say that it might be over?
I think you'd be more confident in it.
I think even a field goal here, you're down by 2 touchdowns, and that's it seems to be hard to come by for Detroit. They had that flash in the pan where they got that last touchdown not too long ago, but it seems too few and far between.
That was a brutal last drive for Detroit. They're really going to have to regroup and come back at it next time. Their defense needs a big stop here. Alex Darr's still looking for another interception, by the way.
And if they could do that, that would really change the tone of this game. Great stop there for no gain. That's Joel Woods Jr. getting hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Look at those yards.
Yeah. The deep game for Des Moines has really been working out for them, and they use it exactly when they need to. They just have a really, really good timing about it, catching Detroit off guard. Detroit did it, one or two times where they really got some good chunk yardage, but it just was not enough, except for one time where they were able to get in the end zone. So that's a modest gain there. Let's get set up 3rd and 8 for Des Moines. Let's see if they get themselves at least in field goal range here. As we had said, obviously we'll at least get 3 on the board. Even better if they can get a touchdown. But Mortiz lines up, drops back to pass, slings it, and no, he was not in bounds. 4th and 8. Eagle Mondavi just could not keep both feet in. Mortiz does not look very happy about that. So the punting unit. Oh, and there's another challenge.
The visiting team
By Des Moines. So far, they are 2 for 2 tonight on their challenges. Why not go for a third one? R62 under the hood once again. Let's see on the replay here. To Eagle Mondavi. Oh, it's close.
After review, the pass has been ruled complete.
And
Catch was
once
made prior to going
again,
out of bounds. The visiting
Zach
team
and the
without
Corn
charge
Kings have a
for
ruling
timeout.
overturned by a
First down.
challenge. Great challenge to Des Moines for the first down. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. 3 challenges, 3 calls overturned for Des Moines. I don't know if that's ever happened ever. At least not any games I've ever watched.
Very clutch.
Amazing. Great call from the coaching staff to challenge that play once again. And that is another good pass for 8. 2nd and 2 for Des Moines. Burning that clock, getting some yardage, and I think ultimately they're going to get some points on the board here. Whether it's 3 or 6, they are getting something.
Yeah, and Des Moines is gaining something crucial here. They're gaining confidence. Things seem to be falling their way. Yeah. So they're going to roll with this and get some points on this drive.
Definitely. Their confidence is at an all-time high. And I think that could really lead them into next week's game. And how they prepare for that, how they feel coming into it. They're going to start getting more and more self-assured as they, make these big plays happen. Coaches' challenges, it's not easy to get overturned. It has to be pretty definitive.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Great tackle by number 52 here for Detroit. Javon Payne with the stop for a loss. That's going to bring up 4th and 6. And that is going to set them up here for a decent field goal. Not a very long field goal.
So that's
right
still
around the 40-yard line.
Even if this is made, that's still
40-yard field goal.
A 2-possession game for Detroit.
And that's good. And that brings it to 24-10. So Fury have a deficit of 14. Obviously, they really need to start moving the ball now if they want to catch up to Des Moines.
How much time we got left here?
We have about 6:38 left on the clock here in the 4th. Plenty of time for them to score 2 touchdowns. They just really need to start airing that ball out a little bit more.
Yeah, they're still not out of it, and you're right. They need to start going to their passing game. That's their strength right now. You got to play to your strengths. It's past the time of switching back and forth between run and pass. You just got to go for what you know.
Well, and they have the personnel. They should not be nervous about airing it out. If it's a 50-50 ball with some of the backs of Des Moines, I think these receivers, as skilled as they are here, at least on paper, they should definitely be able to go up and get that ball and bring it back down.
Yeah,
or else, what are they getting paid for? So, let's see what Matthews can do here with his receiver core. They're lining up in the I formation, and they're going to run it. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. The clock continues to burn. Jack Micro
Number 7.
84 yards, you know, not easily done either. He's really been nailed time and time again.
2nd and 8.
Talking about being nailed, I'm getting a little bit worried about Dave Barr in the chat here, saying that Colin is hot, smoking hot.
He was talking about his sack earlier, Colin, so just keep your doors locked. All right, and Detroit over the top. What a pass. I'm trying to see who that was. Number 88, tight end, DJ Curtis. Wow.
Way to show up.
Yeah, that's the first time we call his name tonight, but clutch. Definitely clutch. No fourth quarter comeback for him, though, Colin, doesn't seem. Just good hands.
Yeah, and that's what they need him for. You know, just keep running your route. One of these times you're going to be needed, and you're going to be there to show up. Another one right down the middle.
Bryant. I thought that was picked up. It must have went right past the linebacker that was rushing through the middle there. J.J. Bryant, that's why they pay the man.
Yeah, what I love about Detroit here is that, you know, the defensive or the linebacking group from Des Moines has been showing up all night, but Detroit is just ignoring that, and they're just going for these slants, going for the short passes. It paid off that time. Let's see if they can keep going.
Yeah, if you can beat the linebackers just right over the top there. But that not a good example of a play to be called. 2nd and 11 here. 4:50 left in the fourth quarter. Matthews has good, oh my gosh, good time in the pocket. Just rushed that pass, almost picked off by Okafor. Wow. I don't know what he was thinking. It's not like he really had a lot of pressure in his face at that point in time. He could have taken another second, maybe rolled out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what the rush was there. Yeah,
well, they're feeling the pressure. The clock's running. They're down by 14. You know, mentally they're feeling it. It's only the second game of the season. They haven't found their sweet spot yet, even though, you know, luckily they're coming off a win. All right, so we have shotgun formation here, it looks like. Oh, across the middle. That's fumbled.
I think we're going to see a challenge right here.
Yeah, I don't know that there was enough there to say that it was a football move in the possession. We'll see if they decide to
looks like they recovered it.
Oh, they did? Okay, they did recover it. It looked like there was only Corn Kings around it. But, okay, once again, they're back with empty backfield. Detroit, and they knock it down once again.
Oh, wow. Man, that's not what you want.
That is absolutely not what you want, not what you needed. That is going to be a turnover on downs, and the Corn Kings will take the ball with not terrible field position if they were trying to put a few more points on the board just to ice this game.
Now this is starting to look good for the Corn Kings. This is starting to look good for Ryan Roosevelt.
I didn't put any money on it.
On his choice.
I just, you know, it's hard to go against a hardy organization like the Corn Kings and their sponsor, Bush Dog Brew. We waited this long in the game to even bring it up. Only 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You know, that's what's called patience.
So I was thinking, Ryan, about what we would do for the end of our pick 'em or kick 'em for whoever the loser is.
We're waiting to see what everyone else thinks.
Well, I've got an idea.
Okay.
But I can wait until next
Does it have to do with hanging a giant photo of me in your house?
That's
because that's something I was thinking of. I'd hang it if I had lost. I'd hang it right over my fireplace.
I think the loser should have to announce a game by themselves while pretending to be the other person.
That could be weird. But I think that would just be funny. Like, funny for the person doing it. Oh my, that is a heck of a catch and run here by Des Moines down at the Detroit 16-yard line. Wow. Great catch by Eagle Mondavi.
Yeah, great catch.
He's well over 100 yards tonight.
They're putting the nail in the coffins.
Oh, the coffin
and it's
is
not just
is
because
shut.
Zach's been a gravedigger.
No, but it can't hurt. Wow. This game is really, really starting to get away from Detroit.
1st and 10. Ball at the 16-yard line.
If they get any points this drive, that's going to take it out of a 2-possession game and take it into a 3.
And, you know, I think we have time for one more Des Moines Corn Kings sponsor in light of their what seems like will be a victory, and that is going to be Casey's General Store, official food supplier of the team, mostly just gas station pizza, only found in the Midwest. Seems like they really have a lot of variety if it's just gas station pizza, but maybe it's good.
Yeah, you know what? You either got corn or you got pizza. Which one are you choosing?
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to just probably drink some Bush Dog Brew, Colin. I
I've
like the
wondered
idea.
what Bush Dog Brew would taste like in a vegetable beef stew. Yeah.
I mean, it can't be bad. Oh, and there's a fumble. The ball's in the ground, and it looks like it is recovered somehow by Des Moines. No. Wait, I don't.
I think that was recovered by the tackle.
Yeah.
For Lou Monson.
I wanted to make sure before I said anything. It looks like 67 wound up on top of that ball. Lucky for Des Moines, especially at this point in the field. We have a second left here before we get the 2-minute warning, so we're gonna have one more play for Detroit. Oh wow, no, I'm sorry. It was overturned. Detroit does have the ball here on their own 8-yard line.
Didn't see that.
Oh, it's hard to determine around here, and that is a great passing catch for a first down. And now we have 2-minute warning. Look.
Yeah, that was weird. That showed up.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Des Moines recovered.
Tackle Lou. Yeah. But
look at that one-handed catch by DJ Curtis, really stepping up here in the fourth quarter. I think it might be too little, too late. But at the same time, you know, props to him for really kind of stepping up and performing when they need him.
Yeah, I'm still not counting them out. We've seen a lot happen in a couple of our sims, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
In a short amount of time. All they got to do is get lucky once.
You're right. You know, clock management obviously is key. You know, that's why teams practice 2-minute drills as much as they do. I would be more confident in Detroit if they just were not as hot and cold as they were throughout this game.
Absolutely. I think that's a good way to put it.
I think if it were the other way around and Des Moines were performing like they were, but somehow they were still down by a couple of possessions, I would feel more confident in Des Moines with the level of performance they've had, aside from that turnover there right at the but that's a great passing catch by Detroit.
This is a good situation for Detroit. Right. They're stuck in a no huddle with running.
But they have all their timeouts, and that's intercepted. That is going to really probably end this game.
Yep, I think you're right.
Wow. What an interception by number 42.
Hitman Holdorf.
A.K.A.
Zach.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well done, Zach Holdorf, getting that interception to probably really, really put the end, the icing on the cake here for this game. Wow. All right, Mortiz is back to pass, and wow, that is a heck of an interception with 1:30 left in the clock. And Detroit's going to use the first of their 3 timeouts here in the second half. Man.
Yeah, I'd say we can pretty much call this one a game after that.
And that's Mortiz to tight end Larry Whitman, who we have not talked about. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it looks like it's Wesley Walker. They have the same number. Well, crazy.
Oh, yes, they do. You're right.
But wow. Let's see. Could there be more points in store here for Des Moines? Don't know if they know when to lay off the gas pedal, but they're going to try to get some extra yards here from running, and Detroit is going to burn their second to last timeout. they are in really good field position here at Detroit's 13, 2nd and 7 Corn Kings.
Ryan, I'm trying to pull up the over-under here. I can't quite remember what it was. I think it was 45.5. Is that right, Joel?
Yeah, we were getting really close to it then.
I see it right here, 45.5. What would a touchdown do here, Ryan? Would that send us over? I can't do math.
No, it would still be under by about 4.5
Okay.
because we'd be 41 points overall. No, that's what I'm saying, touchdown and an extra point. So either way, it looks like it's going to be the under here. But no matter what really happens, Colin, I think it's safe to say that I'm going to win this one here.
I think so. You're going to take the lead. Yep.
With Des Moines and the spread here. So
big shout out to Liam and the San Diego analytics team for putting in all the hard work.
For sure.
Even though you've been incredibly inaccurate, it's still a lot of fun. Keep doing it.
Hey, but if you look at anything else, even when it comes to sports betting and stuff like that, there are some big differences in what is predicted versus the actual outcome. So, I can't fault anybody for throwing their numbers out there because I think it looks really good as we review it, in the podcast. At the time, it looked really good. And then when you see things play out, sometimes one team really kind of just shows up more than the other, even though they're not that rough on paper. And that's going to add another 3 to the score for Des Moines, 27-10. 37 seconds left in this ball game.
Yep, not much to say from this point on, Ryan.
Yeah, it's just a matter of running out the clock here for Pride and Detroit going back to the locker room and starting to look at next week's games and just figuring out what they can do to get more points on the board. I think the easiest thing to say, from my limited knowledge of their team, but throw the ball. I think that's an easy change. Changing that ratio of pass to run plays, I think could really help, especially with the receiver core they have. But not to mention either, they do have 3 tight ends on the roster, a bronze and 2 generics. But still, that could be a threat if the other guys, if they happen to cover 3 other receivers, gold or silver. But I think, getting that ball out there with a gold quarterback is really going to make a difference if they decide to make that change in the upcoming weeks. But that's going to be incomplete from Matthews to Noble. And the clock stops here, 28 seconds left. Detroit with no timeouts.
Yeah, one thing I would say if Alex Dar is listening to this is get yourself a tiered kicker and at least a copper offensive line. I think that would go a long way for you. With all that cap space you have. Spend it.
All right, and that is going to be enough for the first. Clock is ticking. No timeouts, just to remind everyone once again. Let's see if they can maybe... Okay. Let's see if they can maybe get a few more points on the board just for pride. But if not, 27-10. We've seen way worse games this season so far, and it's only week 2. So,
yep, we've seen 150 burger so far, haven't we, Ryan?
I know. I wasn't going to bring it up, Colin. Don't want to toot our own horn as we play tomorrow night, and we can get our butts handed to us.
We could. Maybe we should hold off.
Exactly. Oh, and there's another interception by Des Moines. And that is truly going to end this game. Wow.
Any last remarks for this evening, Ryan?
No, I think, like I said, it's only week 2. We had this conversation the other day in the podcast. There's no need to count out any team at this point.
That's right.
Alex Starr has truly revitalized this Detroit organization. They're only going to go up from here, I feel, after starting out strong last week. Des Moines is just a solid team, and great job, Zach, and his team, his staff for getting them where they are right now at 2-0. Props to the Corn Kings. So that is really, really everything. I think, thank everyone for tuning in. This is the first game we have called this season, and it will by far not be the last. I think we'll be calling a game every couple of weeks. Colin, is that right?
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah. So, and hopefully we'll be back in the playoffs like we were when we started out last season. But thank you all for tuning in, and we will see how the rest of the games turn out, and check the podcast out to recap week 2 of season 6.
Yep. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck to all the teams this week. It will be a few weeks probably until Ryan and I get back on here. We're really excited about those who have stepped up to try to broadcast. We hope that they continue to fulfill that job of theirs. So maybe you'll get to hear some new voices going into season 6.
It's gonna be
Um,
awesome.
yep. So really looking forward to that. Um, Other than that, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Good game to both teams here. Keep your head up. Still a lot of games to be played.
All right, folks. Have a great evening.